now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and it's time to talk about another musical that is being featured this month. Today, we're taking a look at Cats, starring Francesca Hayward, Dame Judi Dench, Idris Elba, Jennifer Hudson, Laurie Davidson, Robbie Fairchild, Rebel Wilson, James Corden, Jason Derulo, Sir Ian McKellen, and Taylor Swift. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, today we're going to take a look at the classic Andrew Lloyd Weber Cats, the film version of it that came out in, I want to say it was 2019. And as our movie opens, we meet Victoria, a young white cat who is abandoned by her owner on the streets of London in the middle of the night. The alley cats, who witness all of this, introduce themselves to her as the Jellicles. Mr. Mistopheles, Munkustrap, Cassandra, and Demeter decide to take Victoria under their wing and show her the world of the Jellicles as they prepare for the Jellicle Ball, an annual ceremony where cats must compete to be chosen to go to the Heaviside layer and be granted a new life. Now, most of the Jellicle Ball competitors are introduced and are able to sing about themselves. Jenny Annie Dots, a domestic tabby who sleeps during the day and by night boosts the productivity of mice and roaches. The Rum Tum Tugger, an extravagant yet undecisive cat who riles up the others. Boostifer Jones, a bourgeoisie cat who boasts about his weight and shares food scraps from the garbage. Skimbleshanks, a tidy ginger cat who tap danced and supervised the operation of a train, and Gus, an aged theatrical cat who has played some of the biggest roles in history. Victoria also meets the mischievous twins, Mungo Jerry and Rumpelteazer, who enjoy causing trouble and messing with things in the home of their human family. They convinced Victoria to join in on the fun, but they ditch her when she gets tangled up in some necklaces when the family dog is alerted to their presence. Luckily, Mr. Mistopheles shows up and rescues Victoria, distracting the dog and escaping with her. They return to the group just in time for the arrival of the tribe's wise and beloved matriarch, Old Deuteronomy. The Jellicle Ball then commences inside of the old, abandoned Egyptian theater. Victoria dances a ballet solo in the moonlight, but is distracted by Cassandra, harassing Grisabella, a former glamour cat who was banished from the tribe for, among other things, her past allegiance with Macavity, a notorious criminal who is capable of teleportation. Victoria relates to Grisabella's feelings of abandonment as Grisabella slinks away into the streets. Old Deuteronomy, who witnesses the quiet camaraderie, assures Victoria that she can become a Jellicle cat herself in due time. Meanwhile, a seductive femme fatale named Bombalurina interrupts the ball, distracting the Jellicles with a song and dance number that praises Macavity and incapacitating them with catnip. When Macavity arrives and demands to be made the Jellicle choice, Old Deuteronomy deems him unworthy and is subsequently kidnapped and placed with most of the other contestants that he has kidnapped. As the Jellicles recuperate, distraught over their leader's disappearance, Victoria suggests that Mr. Mistopheles use his powers to try to conjure Old Deuteronomy back. He tries several times, and eventually he is able to make Old Deuteronomy reappear. The cats rejoice and praise Mr. Mistopheles while he and Victoria dance together. Meanwhile, a thwarted Macavity and Bombalurina teleport away from his victims. Grisabella returns to the Egyptian as Victoria vouches for her. Victoria then urges her to sing her true feelings. So Grisabella sings a passionate ballad about her mistakes, her former glory, and her beauty, sentiments that touch the hearts of the Jellicles. Old Deuteronomy then names Grisabella the Jellicle choice and sends her off to the Heaviside layer in a chandelier. Macavity, in one last attempt to reach the Heaviside layer, leaps onto a rope from the chandelier, but falls onto Nelson's column. The Jellicles, now reunited with their kidnapped brethren, perch upon a lion statue so that they can watch Grisabella ascend as the morning sun appears above the horizon. After the congregation disperses, Old Deuteronomy welcomes Victoria into the tribe as our movie comes to its end. When comparing this to Les Mis, it's leaps and bounds better. However, much like Les Mis, again, basically flew from song to song throughout the movie without a whole lot of dialogue. Granted, there was more dialogue in this than there was in Les Mis. But whereas Les Mis may have had about 5 minutes of dialogue, Cats probably had 15 to 20 minutes of dialogue and the rest was music. It was still a really small amount in the grand scheme of things because this was an hour 45 to 2 hour movie. But seeing, again, some of these people sing, Judi Dench, Dame Judi Dench, Ian McKellen. Obviously, you know Taylor Swift can sing. Obviously, you know that Jennifer Hudson can sing. I've seen the Pitch Perfect movie, so I knew Rebel Wilson could sing. James Corden, I had never really heard him sing before, so that was kind of fun. I've watched his late night shows, seen the Carpool Karaoke, but there's a big difference between singing along to songs on the car radio and singing in a musical. I can sing along to songs on the car radio. Doesn't mean I'm any good at it, but I can do it. But they're not going to cast me to sing a song in a musical because my voice is horrid. Facts. So, big difference in the two. But again, much like Les Mis, getting to see people that I didn't really know had that singing background be able to perform, I enjoyed that. The story of this one, again, like Les Mis, when you go back and you read through everything, it's an interesting, intriguing story. I enjoyed this movie, again, much more than I did Les Mis. I think the songs were way better, personally. There were more songs in here that resonated with me, that stuck with me after the fact. It did bore me a little bit, if I'm being honest, again, because of the way that the songs just kind of flowed and transitioned from one to the other with very little dialogue in between. But it is what it is, you know. I'm not the one writing these plays. I'm not the one booking this shit. It is what it is. When it comes to my rating for Cats, I enjoyed it more than Les Mis. I'm going to give it 1.5 out of 5 stars. So it gets a whole star more than Les Mis did. Still not quite at the, really rewatchable phase. I consider like 2 to 3 where things start to get into that really big rewatchable phase for me. If somebody was going to watch it, I'd begrudgingly sit through it again. Now that at least I've seen it all, maybe I'll see something I missed this time, the next time I see it. But it's going to take a hard sell for me to sit through it again. 1.5 out of 5 stars, though, when it comes to the film adaptation of Cats. What do you guys think? Again, let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in on Friday, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And we're going to wrap up the week of musicals with Chicago, starring Renee Zellweger, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Richard Gere, Queen Latifah, John C. Reilly, Taye Diggs, Lucy Liu, and Maya Harrison. You're not going to want to miss out on that. Right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel on Renegades Reviews, Chicago the Musical. Since you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Stat Boy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of Dame Judi Dench, fans of Ian McKellen, fans of Jennifer Hudson, fans of Taylor Swift, fans of Jason Derulo or Rebel Wilson, anybody you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video, share it with them. It's the only way we're going to boost up my visibility in YouTube's algorithms so I can eventually get monetized and begin making some money on all the hard work I've been doing here. Thank you once again to everyone who joined me and tuned in today. It means more to me than you'll ever know. And I will see you guys next time.